What's up guys, it's Charles here with d2apdesigns.com and I'm bringing you another tutorial. It's going to be an Illustrator tutorial and it should be fairly brief and it's nothing complicated. I just want to show you guys some different things you can try when you're making a logo. Sometimes they look good, sometimes they don't. It kind of depends on the logo, but it's fun stuff to experiment with. This here is a logo I was working on for my own project. So let's just jump right in and get to it. One thing that I found that can actually get some really cool results sometimes is something called scribble. You just come up to effect and then if you go to stylize and hit scribble, you can play around with this and get some neat effects. I think it probably works best for things involving children, like if you're working on a logo for a daycare or something, this kind of cool squiggle effect. And they have a number of presets to choose from. What I like to do is I like to choose the tight preset, and then I just like to adjust some of this stuff. I like to increase the variation a little bit. Stroke width, make that 0.7. Spacing, maybe increase that by like a little bit, go 1.8. Adjust this variation a little bit. And very quickly you get this cool little scribble effect. Go ahead and hit Control Z to undo that. Another cool thing you can do is just experiment with some of this stuff. You know, that can give you a cool effect depending on what you're looking for. There's a lot of other things like textures. You can apply different textures to things. And again, some of these won't work for everything and you may not want to use them at all. It's going to depend on what you're working on. The one other thing that I like doing a lot is I go to Distort Transform and I hit Transform. I go here, turn on Preview, and then we'll add a couple copies and then we can adjust the angle a little bit. And then I'm going to increase the scale by 1% on the horizontal and vertical. And you can move this around a little bit and get different looks. The other thing you can do is move that, increase the vertical down or up. And you get like multiple layers showing. And you increase the angle. Or you can put it at 0 and you just get this nice little kind of border around it, like that. Again, this will look better depending on what you're working on. And if you do like what you have, you can copy everything, or excuse me, select everything and then hit Expand Appearance. And now you'll be able to work on each individual layer. So if you wanted to, got to go to the Direct Selection tool. So if you wanted to change the color of this to like green, it doesn't affect the color of the other two pieces back here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Control Z to undo all that. And one last thing I like to do is go to Effect and Warp. And then a lot of these can get you some very neat effects. Let me turn on Preview. Go ahead and turn that down. But this was originally straight, all this in here. These were all straight pieces, and what I did was I actually came in to the warp effects and I started messing with some of these and I got this nice little curve going on. I really liked it, so that's what I did. I went in here, played around with some of the settings. You can choose between vertical and horizontal. See how it gives you that warping. And then you can try out stuff like inflate. That just kind of blows it up. Twist sometimes looks pretty cool depending on what you're working on. For this, it doesn't really look good. It just distorts it really badly. But yeah, there's a ton of settings and you can get a ton of cool effects depending on what you're looking to do. So that's what I would do, guys. It's not going to work with every logo. Sometimes you're better off just leaving it alone and sticking with what you have. And then other times you can come with some very cool effects I've used the scribble effect before, and the warp I use quite a bit actually. Again, I used it on this here. So those are just some ideas to consider and play with next time you're working on a logo or any sort of graphic piece in Illustrator. So I hope this has been helpful. Hope you guys have got some new ideas now. And till next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.